What's up, guys? This is Blake. Today I'm cleaned up, clean cut, and clean shaved. I even made my bed today just for the show. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some football insight. Right now we have Minnesota and Chicago playing. If you don't recall, I picked Chicago. And then tomorrow we got Miami and the Jets. Right now I'm 7-4 on my picks. So if everything goes the way I think it's going to go, I'll go 9-4, which is what I went last week, which is not bad at all. I'm starting out a little rough. I said last week, and I stayed true to my words, you know, it was a rough week of picking because a lot of these games could go either way. But let's go ahead and get the scores. We had Atlanta over Carolina, 31-17, just like I said. Cincinnati over the Colts, 27-17. San Francisco over Detroit, 25-19. Green Bay over St. Louis, 24-3. New York Giants over the Buffalo Bills, 27-24. Philadelphia over Jacksonville, 17-13. Baltimore over Houston, 29-14. Oakland over Cleveland, 24-17. New England over Dallas, 20-16. And Tampa got it done over New Orleans, 26-20. Guys, I know I usually do a little bit of talking after each game, but I've got other things on my mind, so I'm going to actually go in detail about some other football news rather than going over each individual game. I want to talk about the little dispute between Coach Harbaugh and Coach Schwartz after the Lions-49ers game. I thought that was ridiculous. I can see where it came from. They're both young coaches, both new to the league, both young teams, both teams doing really well this year, which over the past 5 or 6 years, the 49ers and the Lions have both been in the slumps. You know, that was an emotional win for the 49ers and a heartbreaking loss for the Lions. Now they are not undefeated. I mean, I can definitely see why that happened, but it was just completely uncalled for. And as a coach, you should know better. I don't care if it's your first year. I don't care if it's your second year. You know, we're better than that. You know, it is the National Football League. We are professionals. And, you know, it all started with Jim Harbaugh, 49ers head coach, shoving Coach Schwartz Coach Schwartz, the Lions head coach. God, his last name's hard to say. And then, you know, of course, Coach Schwartz charged his way to Harbaugh, and there were some verbal words going on there. And of course, the team started yelling at each other, but that was completely uncalled for. I do not like it. I do not like that Harbaugh shoved Coach Schwartz, and I do not like that Coach Schwartz ran out and then attacked Harbaugh. You know, I know it was a big win for the 49ers, emotional loss for the Lions, but we're professionals. We do not act like that. That was so uncalled for. I just can't talk enough about just how embarrassing that must be for Roger Goodell. It's just, they're professionals, and that's all I'm going to say about it. That should have never happened. The Redskins and Philly game, I do want to talk about that one. Eagles did win, and I picked against them, but I did say the Eagles will make a run at the playoffs. I think they're going to be a playoff team. And when they get into the playoff team, I think that they're going to do some damage when they get in the playoffs. Philly's a team with a ton of talent. You know, Andy Reid's been there for many, many years. That team's going to be a good team. They are a good team. But, you know, there was no offseason. And, you know, when you bring in $100 million worth of talent and, you know, you don't give these guys a chance to practice together every day like they should have if there was an off-season, there's going to be some problems. And I've said that before this season even started. I don't got it on camera, I'm sorry. But I did say the Eagles would struggle. And they have struggled. But I also said they're still going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a rough start. but then they're going to get it together at the end, and I'm telling you, as a Green Bay Packers fan, I do not want to see that team. I do not want to see the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think anyone does right now. But I also want to say, and I hate when people say this, I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways, Philadelphia really didn't beat Washington. Washington beat themselves. Rex Grossman threw four interceptions. He got benched, which that was a terrible move on Shanahan's part. Which I'm a big Mike Shanahan fan, but you do not bench your starting quarterback. Look at the elite quarterbacks in this league: Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Manning when he's in there, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers. I don't care how bad of a game they have, they are not going to be benched. Period. They're not going to be benched. And Washington, they're trying to build a team around Grossman. And you don't bench a starting quarterback. You're trying to build a team around Mike Shanahan. You just don't do it. Why would you do that? It just didn't make any sense to me. I know we had a bad game, but that's still benching a quarterback, especially when they were, they only have 2 losses now in the season. It ain't like this is a team that's got to make, immediate changes to turn their season around. No, this is an established team. I do not understand that call. Terrible call. I do not like it. I'm going to briefly talk about the upcoming games, because I'm sure you guys watched the games that we've already had. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the games that are coming up. We got Minnesota and Chicago right now. As I'm filming, they're playing. I said start. Adrian Peterson's going to have a big game. I'm going to stand by my words. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to watch it after I finish this film. And then tomorrow we got the Jets and Dolphins. And I've said this from time in and time out. Rex Ryan and the Jets have had a tough schedule. And if you don't believe me, look at that schedule. They're a good team. They've had some tough losses. They're going to get this one tomorrow. I know that. Out of all my picks, besides the Green Bay-St. Louis game, that was my not thinking about it. I know the Jets are going to win tomorrow. As far as the Bears and Vikings right now, I don't even know the score to it, actually. But there is a chance Minnesota can win. Because I predicted the Bears, but then I also predicted Adrian Peterson to have a good game. But Vikings got a very good chance. The Bears came off a rough loss. Vikings came off with their big first win. They've got a little momentum going. But, again, because of the quarterback stuff that's going on in Minnesota, Chicago is the better team. I'm not a very big Cutler fan, and I am a Packers fan, so in the NFC North I wish they both could just lose. But then again, it really doesn't faze me. It really doesn't faze me too much, because Packers are dominating so much it almost doesn't really hurt them if other teams in the NFC North do good. But just because I've been rooting against both those teams for so long, I gotta hope that they just injure each other or something. But I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. This is kind of my rant. Again, I didn't go over news after each individual game, because I wanted to just kind of freestyle about just kind of what was on my mind. But I just want to thank you guys for keep tuning in. I wear my Packers colors because we are the only undefeated team now, and we are now the only undefeated team in the league now, and it feels so good saying that. But I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you.